This is Mark Shimkitz, and you're listening to the Poor Man's Podcast.
Hey there, Courtney from Stealing Pittsburgh here with your preview of what's on deck for the Weekend Update PGH this week. Get ready for a night of dancing and drinks under the stars. The 14th annual River Life Party at the Pier is this coming Friday. This themed fundraiser is known as one of Pittsburgh's most fashionable events and raises funds for riverfront initiatives. The 2023 theme is Hidden Gems, and dressing to impress in your best jewel tones is highly encouraged. Happening this Friday on the terrace of the David L. Lawrence Convention Center from 6:30 to 10 p.m. with the after party at Ritual House downtown from 10 to midnight. Pittsburgh's largest reggae fest is back this Saturday, August 19th. Rock, Reggae, and Relief will be located on Forbes Ave downtown, and this outdoor music festival brings tunes, unity, and feel-good vibes to Pittsburgh while offering a helping hand to the community. This year's proceeds will be going to Catapult Greater Pittsburgh, and that's from 1 to 11 p.m. on Saturday. Finally, on Sunday, the Heat Check Vintage Market will be going on from 12 to 8 p.m. at 951 Forest Ave in West Homestead. There will be vendors offering everything from vintage clothes, books, ceramics, and art. Espresso drinks, cocktails, and tacos will also be available, so definitely be sure to stop through on this one. As usual, the full Weekend Update PGH, with more than 30 things to do each weekend, will be live this coming Thursday. Be sure to follow at Stealing Pittsburgh on Instagram and TikTok. That's STEELING Pittsburgh for what to eat, drink, and do locally.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Stealing Pittsburgh's Weekend Update PGH. Check her out every single week. She has 30 things to do every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday, though, she has the Rock Reggae Relief. I believe the Sublime with Rome after party is here at 565 Live, man. Yeah, I believe it's down here at 565 Live, so they'll be down here after Rhythm and Brews. We'll be down here. Danny, I'm hoping you'll be around, but I will for sure be down here.
Absolutely. I mean, that sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of both
in
the entire day.
But in the second half, right now, I can't wait. We are joined by the very funny Georgia Warder. Georgia, how are you tonight?
Doing okay. We've had some fun talks already. So
there's the applause. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong page. You get the laughter too.
There we go.
I was saying this the last couple of weeks. I'm actually very excited to have you on because I've seen you at different mics and some shows, and like I was saying earlier with the roast battles, I think you're absolutely hilarious. And the people that I have on are always the people that I think are very funny. So like I was telling Danny before, and whoever was on last week, like if I go to a mic and I see your name, I'm sticking around for a couple more people and checking you out. I think you're absolutely hilarious, Georgia. So how are you tonight? And tell everybody, I guess, a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into comedy and
Cool.
all that stuff, the background, and then we'll get into some important IKEA talk.
Yeah, I'm so ready for that as the lesbian on the podcast.
Yeah, we have some golden retriever talk and Subaru talk after. It's going to be awesome.
There we go.
Finish with some scissoring.
Oh, God, no.
I have a bit about that, so it's all good.
That's why Danny's
we're
here,
prepared.
man. Oh. Go on.
All right, well, I do stand-up comedy, and you're very nice for saying that I'm funny at open mics.
You are so funny.
Yeah.
I try. Yeah, I got into stand-up the way I guess most stand-up comedians do, just a good amount of trauma and a very funny coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. But I always wanted to do stand-up when I was a kid. Like my family was very big on like comedy movies, stand-up specials, all of that. And I remember when I was 5, I told my mom, I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a stand-up comedian. And she said, one of your parents has to die first for you to be that funny. So then she disowned me when I was 19, like a supportive mother does. And,
exactly.
We're good now. She's good. We're Gucci. She like supports comedy and the gayness. She's overcome a lot. But
I think that's important for you to grow as an artist, is to have somebody who maybe isn't super on board with you at first.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have something to fight against.
Lucky for me, I have a personality that's had a lot of people along the way not on board. So, stand-up's my outlet for that.
That's at least what I'm told. Who knows?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
But no,
I'm,
it's
I'm
great.
told to high five yourself in the mirror every day. So who knows? You know what the fuck I know.
Hashtag
Not my-
inspirational.
It is. It's inspirational. That's what
It
they
is.
told me. That's what millionaire mindset told me to do on Instagram, man.
It also told me to get up at 3:30 and have every 15 minutes of my life planned out. But who's
That's
doing
exactly
that?
what they say, Danny. You know what time I woke up today?
What time?
I don't remember, but it was early, man. It was early for me. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go get my car taken care of, and it cost me $1,000, and I'll never wake up early again.
Sounds like a non-worthy investment.
It's a non-worthy investment, to say the least, man. Now, Georgia, we were kind of alluding to earlier, we were talking about the roast battle. Now, they do a roast battle in McKees Rocks, right?
Yes, roast on the rocks.
Do they do it every Friday, or how often is that?
No, it's usually once a month.
It's a once-a-month thing. So you're just a fucking beast then. You're like 1 out of 4 winners.
A few, yeah. I actually ended up doing. I think I might be the only person besides like Chuck Lewis who puts it on, and Logan Gattenby who also puts it on,
Yeah.
and then Trevor Austin is a recurring judge every month. I think I'm the only person that's done all of them.
Yeah.
So cool.
So I'd hope that I'm okay at it by now, like
Yeah.
after all the shots I've taken. But yeah, I keep saying I'm going to take a month off because it is like a lot of writing. And
Yeah.
then I won the last one, so I'm on the next one. So yeah.
Is that one of the things that you kind of just like write a joke in advance and hoping it fits? Or is it like, I see who I have and then I'm going to follow that. And if this person wins, I have this. If this person wins, I have that.
I think there's like
Yeah.
multiple strategies for it because it's like a bracket.
Right.
Right now it's structured where it's 16 comics in the first round.
Okay.
Then you have 8, 4, and then your finals. I think they're moving it to 8 comics starting just because it's so much writing.
Yeah.
Like you end up having so many variables to it, but you
Yeah.
can kind of guess based on like as the roasts have gone on, you can kind of see how people do, but you always have that like one wild card person that you're like, oh my gosh, this person is killing it tonight. And now I have to write jokes for them and I have 5 minutes to do it. So yeah, I try to prep as much as I can, but I don't know. My whole process is like we send bios, just of like a little bit about yourself, like your fun, lighthearted traumas, like whatever I can use. And
He doesn't trust women.
right. And then if people don't send a lot there, I'll either hit up their best friends or I'll just make shit up. And
Have you ever been stalked?
I did see a clip of you on Pete's podcast, Pete Morris's, and what was one of your jokes about domestic abuse or something like that? It was absolutely hilarious. So
I
I'll be
collected that
asshole.
information firsthand. Okay?
It was so good.
Leah's still a goat. I love her. But yeah, that was my closer
Yeah.
joke on the last one.
It's so good, and that's one of the reasons. Like, you really have to go see some of these people, and maybe I'm biased, but I love a roast. Like, every year, it doesn't matter who the celebrity is. It's because of the jokes that come up, and the way they work it, and all the things behind it. And I love a roast. And just like it seems to me it's mean spirited, but it never really is. And everybody on there is on board. And the people who think it's the funniest are people that are getting insulted in it.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite things about a good roast. Like a good roast of me is something that like either I know this is an issue, but you've done a great job of painting a picture. And you made me laugh at it, or it's just like something that I didn't even realize, and now I'm like, oh, okay, that one was a surprise. Wow. But I don't know. I love getting roasted, to be honest.
Yeah.
And for me, it's been really interesting. I feel like my comebacks have gotten so much better as I've done more of them. Like this last time, I think I had a comeback for most of them, and some of that is, they're always going to be like, haha, you're gay. And,
Got him.
yeah, every time. That's pretty much the sentiment. But I think that weirdly gives, yes,
Andreas O'Rourke, everybody.
love that. We need to get him on a roast sometime.
Absolutely.
Colin Chamberlain.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Keep him coming. But yeah, no, I love the roasts. I think they're really cool. I think they're also like a really good opportunity for people who haven't been doing stand-up that long, but like want a shot to show that they can be funny.
Yeah.
And it like gives you such a centered way to like focus your joke writing. Like I feel like my joke writing this year has gotten better for my set because I learned how to roast write, and like crowd work has gotten better. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's mean. It's it's great. My writing process, I really do start with just mean facts about people, and then I make them so funny. And yeah, no, it's cool.
Is that the best part of a roast joke? Is just the hint of truth in it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. And also, if you can like throw somebody off kilter with like, oh, I didn't know that I didn't remember this, like this thing that happened. Like that's one of my faves. And yeah.
But you're a 2-time champ, so I mean that's pretty awesome. So you said they do it once a month.
Yeah.
So definitely stop down for that. That's what, Friday.
Yeah, I think the next one's the 28th, 9 p.m. Parkway Theater in McKees Rocks.
Are you doing it?
Yep. You
Are you
have
obligated
You have
to?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I get it again. This next one's going to be an all new lineup pretty much. Like I don't think there's many repeats in this one.
wow.
Oh,
So
shit.
it's going to be really cool. There's a lot of new comics. I think there's a gnat. I think I faced Seth Queen in the first round. He's a newer comic, really cool dude, little ginger. So it'll be some ginger on ginger crime. It's going to be really fun.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah. And then the second round, regardless of who wins their match, it'll be a non-binary person versus another non-binary person. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Definitely stop down. I really want to. And like I said, I don't think I would be good at it necessarily, but I'd like to watch it. And I feel like anybody out there, like I said a million times before, Danny, if you're going to go out and drink anyway, like stop at a place like that. That's so
Exactly.
cool, man. I mean, you could watch the same preseason NFL game, or you could watch, comedy, which roasting is the best version.
Yeah,
So good.
for sure. And it's so funny because like I loved watching roasts, but I never thought I would be like decent at them. I don't know. Because like in high school, like I was never like the comeback person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I don't know. You give me enough information about somebody. And
How do you
apparently-
know?
Sneaky. I like it.
Is this a funny joke or is this just mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's where I do write in groups for this. Like I usually get a couple comics together and we'll like riff off of like, what angle to take. It's always what angle you take on the fact about the person. And then the other part is how you say it. Like delivery is so important on the whole thing. Cause I've told people like the closer that I had the last time, I ran that past somebody outside the venue because you pretty much have to write really quickly in the intermissions and just hope
Oh, God.
that it's a little stressful night. But I ran that joke past somebody and they were like, I don't know if that's gonna hit, and I was like, no, I think it's the closer. And so
The irony of saying that.
right, and it
might
was they owned up to it. They were like, yeah, no, the way you delivered it was the way to do it. So it really depends on like, your tone about it, and then also like comebacks. And I've had a few times where somebody like brings up something about me, but I have like a counter joke ready to go for that aspect of them. So it's kind of like planning ahead
It seems
enough.
like it's like chess. You have to like plan
Yeah.
3 steps ahead. Like, okay, so I'm going to say this, but he'll probably attack me for this angle. So I have to have this angle to go back at him for this.
Right.
It's interesting because it's not just funny, but there's strategy behind it.
Yeah, there is a weird amount of strategy, and I think it helps that like the main thing people know about me is that like it's my opener joke for my set. I'll just burn it on this podcast. But it's that I'm a dyke from West Virginia, so that's what people run with is like West Virginia tropes, being gay, whatever. But like I've always got comebacks for those because I'm always prepped for it. I like the deeper cut jokes though, where like people are like, oh yeah, but your house and your car are a mess. So let's talk about that. Like, so I don't know. It's easier to strategize.
Your cup holders are dirty.
Yeah,
Got 'em.
exactly. Yeah, got him. No, yes.
Your
Yeah.
dashboard is dusty, man. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I live out of my car. We were talking about that with Jeremy earlier. I have like buffalo sauce in my fucking.
I always have 2 changes of clothes in my car.
I like to hear that, Danny, because that's how I am. I have
I am
bottles
always
of
prepared.
water. I have crates of ceramic owls. I have.
I think I've got 2 paintings right now. I just moved. I just don't want to carry them in. I think
Yeah.
a chest that my great grandfather made for me is
I
just
like that you said
chilling.
that because I have a chest
Yeah.
in my backseat right
Let's
now.
go.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Like a chest?
Yeah, it's like a nice little like
I have-
case thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a wooden chest that my son drew Pikachu on. So, yeah. yeah.
don't have
Family
a
heirloom.
chest.
Yeah.
No chest.
What a loser.
I know.
George, write that down in case Danny ever battles, man. No chest
we
in
go.
the backseat.
No chest.
Yeah. But so how did you get, I guess, involved in the roasting versus stand-up, and how did you get involved in stand-up, I guess?
Yeah, so I guess stand up. I started in Denver, in I think 2019. I did like
Yeah.
6 months out there.
Are you from there, or are you from this
no,
area?
I'm from West Virginia.
Oh, I guess you
then-
said that 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's cool.
She did.
It's cool. I'm from
sure
West
did.
Virginia.
All
and
my jokes are about being from West Virginia, so I already have that.
Are
Yeah.
you from there?
So my life story is that no, but I'm from West Virginia, and I had a job lined up after graduation,
Yeah.
and then found out 2 weeks before graduation that I wasn't getting that job. They forgot to put me on the budget, so I
What?
just jumped ship and moved to Denver and stayed with my cousin for a few months and made it work
Nice.
out there for a little while. And I was doing stand up once I got out there. My best set out there, but I was very new, very green to the whole thing. But my best set out there was like, I think it was like March 15th, 2020. And then everything shut down. So I stopped doing stand up for like the length of COVID basically. And then in January of 2021, I think it was 2022 is when I started back, and I started
Okay.
in Pittsburgh, and I had moved here, and then I just took off with it. I don't know. It really clicked at this scene versus Denver. I felt like Denver was so much of like, you'd show up, there'd be 50 comics, 30 of you make it onto the list, and you're doing 3 minutes, and you're just trying to get better while
Yeah.
having no time to get better, and you're only performing in front of comics. And out here, I feel like you get more time on stage, you get more opportunities, which there's good and bad to that, but I don't know, Pittsburgh, it just clicked, and I like made friends here in comedy in a way that I didn't in Denver. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. I just do a ton of mics and try to get on as many shows as possible and love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're absolutely funny. Like I was just saying before, so anywhere you can see Georgia, where can people find you?
Oh, you can definitely follow me on Instagram at Georgia Warder. That's pretty much my primary Instagram place, but you know, you can always book me through Facebook. There's not a lot of Georgia Warders out there. There is a Georgia Dean Warder, and I want to fight her for
Fuck her.
her
We don't
URL.
like her.
Right? She's an old lady. She'll be gone soon. And
You're the Georgia without the D.
yes, I am Georgia without the D. That's going to be my website URL now, apparently.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But yeah. So my primary though is Instagram. That's where I post all my shows. Same for Facebook. And yeah, I just keep trying to roll stuff out.
Absolutely. Check
cool.
Georgia out. Like I said, I can't recommend her enough. I think she's very funny, and you know the two roast victories speak for themselves.
2-time champ.
Danny,
Yes.
I have a game set up
Oh, Lord.
because you know what, I was thinking of some different aspects to do on this show. I thought to do a standard podcast game, so I looked up basic podcast games, and one that I found was very interesting was this IKEA game. Now this IKEA game. What, we determined they were Swedish earlier? Do we
Yes.
know? You know what? I have a Google right
If
here.
you want to fact check that, you can.
I am
but
gonna,
Jeremy said it, and I just took
Google
it for factual
I
moment. said,
googled
okay.
I googled the word Google.
Nice.
What is it?
Nice. We're all
We are doing
functioning
well
on
today.
all cylinders.
Definitely stopped down
Yes.
for Rhythm and Brews.
Yes.
The beer's hit.
This is a
It
professional
is
setting,
a strong
Georgia.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
As you can tell,
Yes. Listen, running a podcast is hard. I tried it and it died so quickly.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Parent
things.
country, right? Okay.
What?
I don't know where it's from, man. Anyway, we're gonna do this IKEA thing where they list the weird. We'll say Swedish or what? Sweden. There we go. It's from rural Sweden, so they're Swedish terms. I may or may not be pronouncing them correctly. Maybe I'm pronouncing them Pittsburghese, but we're gonna try to take a guess on what they are. Now there's 5 plus a tiebreaker in case there's a tiebreaker, Georgia. I wanted to make sure we were ready to go.
Oh, gosh.
So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3.
Glad we're prepared for that.
Oh, yeah.
Just in
Yeah,
case.
we have a G.
No, I
D,
love IKEA.
and a C.
Yeah.
So number 1, we have Drona. I think Drona. Now the O has an umlaut with the 2 dots on top, so maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Drona. Druna. Maybe
Can you use that in a sentence?
I can't. I can read what it is. Look at that Druna over there.
Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Great job.
The clarity.
Druna.
Do we both guess or
We're all gonna guess because I don't know either.
Is this multiple choice?
I had my fiance do this for me because I was like, "Can you just go on IKEA real quick and just write some shit down?" So she did this. Druna. I'm going with it's a lamp.
Oh God, we have to. Okay.
I'm gonna say it's like a desk. I don't know.
spatula.
Drona.
A
feels bad.
spatula.
Spatula.
It's a box. A Druna is a box. That seems pretty vague. It was a good try.
All
Jess.
right, we
I
all
love you.
failed. Good
Um,
job.
well,
okay,
Glad we
let's
got that
question that.
tiebreaker.
We're
Eket.
gonna need it.
Eket. E-K-E-T. Fanny, I'll let you guess first. I want it to be fair.
Come back to me.
Georgia. Eket.
I'm gonna go shelves.
Oh, I'm gonna go with blinds.
A cookie cutter.
Yours are so specific.
Cabinet. It's a cabinet.
Cabinet.
So
All right.
so far, if anybody gets anything right, they win. I'm thinking that's where it's gonna go. I think that's lack. L-A-C-K. Lack. L-A. Is that
It looks like a CK.
Yeah.
a lack? What do you think, Danny? I went to you first.
A hamper.
Hamper.
I'm gonna go with a bed frame. I don't know.
I'm going with a lamp again. If I keep going with a lamp, it's like one of those things where it's like a broken clock is right twice a day. If I just keep saying noon, eventually I'll be right.
It's good strategy.
Right.
It's a side table.
Great.
It's a side table.
Who needs
Maybe this
those?
game's not as good
We're
as I thought.
comedians. That's not.
Yeah.
We don't have
No
side
one
tables.
uses that.
I don't
We
know
don't
of a
do
single
those.
good comedian with a nice side table.
Do you have one?
A nice snow leopard painting maybe
Ooh.
of Sunny Grimslow.
What?
Glimsblue maybe.
A fake plant.
This game's not as accurate as I thought, maybe.
We need multiple choices.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there needs to be multiple choices. But maybe if one person's right, Glimbo.
I don't even think that was the original word. Let's go with desk again.
Grimslow,
I
maybe.
feel like one of these has to be a desk.
It has to be.
I'm going with blinds again. Twin bed frame.
Oh, that was my bed frame. No.
Is that what you just said? Don't worry. We have Saljen. 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 Did you see that catch, by the way, with the 2 fingers?
That was beautiful.
At least you know that I'm not cheating at this game. Because I have no fucking idea.
A pillow cover.
Oh, okay. A pillow cover, like a pillowcase. It's for the
I feel
layman.
like you're going with like accent pieces rather than like I'm like I don't know what goes in a house. Bed frame. No desk. I'm going desk
okay.
again.
I'm reading off my mental list of things I
I'm-
need.
I'm going blinds again. This, like I said, faucet. It's a faucet.
What? Who the fuck is playing this game?
One of these guys. One of these.
I have complaints.
You know
Yeah.
what? Maybe
I have
one.
comments and
We
concerns.
have 2 left.
Oh God.
We have a clip-on. Klippan. I'm going to say it's a cutting board.
A blanket.
Still accent pieces. I'm gonna go with a coffee table. I swear to God, if this is a desk, though, I'm done.
It's a love seat.
The love
A
seat.
love seat. The one accent piece I didn't pick.
Danny, you don't know shit about IKEA, man.
I don't.
Also, this has been kind of a bust, so we'll find out. We have Calox. This is the last one, so hopefully one of us gets
One of us.
Calox. I'm going blinds because I've said it 1,000 times.
A mattress.
I'm quadrupling down on desk.
It's a shelf unit. We'll go with desk, everybody. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, we suck.
I didn't know I could like IKEA less.
I know. IKEA people, man.
Really, every time I go into an IKEA, like I move somewhere, I go to an IKEA and I'm like, you're not going to cry this time. You're not going to cry. You're going to make it out of this football-sized, horrible place. And then every time
Is it the black and white canvases?
It is just the vibes of that place, like an at-home store, like any of those places. I'm like, I don't want this decor. Can we get some blank walls at this point? Like, I don't know. It's a
whole thing.
full response.
It's not a spur of the moment thing. You have to be mentally prepared. You plan that 5 days in advance. You say, I'm going to IKEA.
Yes.
You have to be ready.
I
You
feel
don't
like I have
just
to
casually
train.
go.
I feel
Yes.
like the part of it too is that you're like, okay, I've got these Swedish meatballs at the end. I can do this. Like, but you need them at the beginning.
You do.
Like you
You
need
do.
energy
That's the
and fuel
key.
to follow all of these dumb rules and dumb directions.
You
on
do
every-
need fuel,
I
which is why I think that's the key thing, because every time I've gone there, the one time I've gone to IKEA hard was at the end of a relationship where I was very manic into another thing and I needed to
you
buy
black
a bunch
out?
of. I spent thousands of dollars.
You blacked out. Okay.
At IKEA, I have canvases that are black and white of piers that lead to a blank lake, man. Very, very minimalist, very sad, just black and white trees. Okay, and then I bought canvases that my cat is at a farm now has. He says he's at a cat farm, but like I hope he is, but I don't believe it at the same time because that's a lie that people tell people. So I don't know if I believe it or if it's real, man. And I never got a meatball, man. So I don't know how I feel about IKEA.
That's where you fucked up.
Yeah, man.
That's an amazing way to handle a breakup, though. My money goes straight to the bar. Like, like the fact that you're like, I'm gonna redecorate is so much more healthy.
It really, yeah, like it's all
Yeah,
black and
I'm
white.
like-
So
I'm
Let's
like,
just say
listen,
it all happened at 3 a.m., Georgia, so you figure what you want. I was like, I need to buy an end table and clean the rafters. Oh, what's my uncle up to? Good
Wow.
shit.
All right,
Anyway,
good
we're
segue.
we're
We
0
like
for,
that.
so we're 0 for everything.
I'm glad that you adopted this
our
Buddhist
award
mentality.
is not going to
I am.
IKEA.
I'm
I
very
think that's
Buddhist.
the win
It's
here.
not. I don't. As much
Yeah.
as I love to shop, which I love, IKEA is not the place that I want to shop.
No,
I
no.
can't.
I do feel powerful when I can put together their furniture, though. I'm like, I'm finally a useful butch.
Yeah.
That is my only.
You know how to
outlet
work
for
the
that.
Allen wrench, man.
Right. That's the only thing.
You're like,
I
it's
have a
you and
purple
me.
toolbox that I pull out every once in a while when I want to feel useful. I'm like, I don't cook, clean, or build things or
Got
take
the
care
purple
of cars.
and right
but
drill, but don't worry because it's not charged.
It's cool. I got a good personality.
Well, that what matters. You know what?
That's all you
It
need.
doesn't matter if you know what a Flugenjaga is at IKEA or not, man.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a twin size bed. Maybe it's a cabinet. Danny, doesn't matter.
Or a throw pillow.
But what does
I was
matter,
holding
Danny?
out.
Danny, you want to? Do you know what does matter? Do you know what does matter, Danny? The smoothest transition of ever. You know what does matter?
Survive.
That's what matters, Danny.
I'm so happy I do this every Monday.
Now,
with
Georgia,
you.
we're going to take a very smooth transition from not knowing anything from IKEA and maybe some personal vendettas I have for myself. And we're going to move it around to the news. Now, Danny every week comes up with some of the best news stories, so we'd love to kind of get your opinion on some of these. Danny.
All right, we're going to do two.
We're going to do two. I'm excited.
We're going to do two. I'm going to pick the best out of the three. And I think that this is obviously a vibe and obviously one of the best stories. This is hard-hitting news. Okay. Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years for shooting Meg the Stallion in the foot. That's right. 10 years in prison for shooting her in the foot. This was, I guess, they were having an argument in an SUV, leaving a party in the Hollywood Hills. That's where this incident took place. She told the police at first that it was shards of glass in her foot that she stepped on, and that's why she was bleeding. But then later, of course, had to go to the hospital and have pieces of bullet removed.
Right.
That's the worst kind of glass. I hate when my child is this man.
I hate lead glass.
Yeah.
Same Z's. It's so
the
inconvenient. He offered to pay her $1 million to stay quiet. She obviously did not.
I wish I was so well off that I could be like, you're $1 million. Fuck you. I want everyone to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megan the Stallion doesn't need $1 million.
She does not.
Like,
No.
dude, yeah, no.
No.
Now,
No,
Danny, you know what I like about Megan the Stallion?
What do you like about Meg the Stallion?
She threw out a first pitch at the Houston Astros game, okay?
Okay.
Was
Do you,
her
know
foot
what,
healed?
do you know what number she wore?
Oh, did she wear 2 or 22 or 222?
She wore 222,
my
Danny.
God.
Now, Georgia, I realize I sound like a basic white bitch, but I find 222 everywhere I go. And people will say, you're looking out for it. You're doing all this. I'm against it. I'm anti-22222. All the twos.
Right.
I feel like it's bullshit, and it feels like people are doing that. I went for a walk the other day. I found out on dead ends. I'm just at these places I don't know. 222 mailbox, 222, whatever it is. I pulled in the other day here. The parking meter was 222.
My psychiatrist number starts with 222. No.
And I need somebody to
Thank
talk to.
Thank you. Yes.
No, that's great. That's great. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine like the balls it takes to shoot Meg the Stallion.
I'm glad that was the point.
I'm
so
sorry.
glad you're here to get back to the point, because I was thinking 222 mailbox.
Right. I mean, if it had been 2 gunshots,
Yeah.
then
Right.
there's 2 feet right there. Just bang, bang. Then maybe that was a sign. But
Also, like, $1 million for a gunshot, man.
Yeah. $1 million.
if somebody shot me in the foot and offered me $1 million, I would take it. But I am not Megan the Stallion.
I also would. I'd be like, as
So-
long as you fix my foot so it doesn't look
I
like.
would do that
you know.
probably for like $1,000 right
Okay,
now.
Georgia.
Like that's I'm
That's
doing
a
really
little
great
bit
right
more.
now financially, but yeah, no,
What part of your body would you get shot at, and for the least amount of money?
what part of my body would I get?
Or
shot
gonna
at
really
for the
make you
least
feel like
amount of
shit.
money? Okay, I would probably like if you could clip my ear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd do like $1,000.
Oh, okay. We're going well.
Maybe 500. I could be haggled down, but
As long as you don't, you want to for sure miss bone. You don't want to.
yeah.
You don't
I'm
wanna get
talking
shot
like
in the back.
clipping like the
Yeah.
cartilage in my ear. That's
I'm
I can fix
thinking.
that. It
I'm
feels-
thinking Billy Loomis from Scream 1, where he gets stabbed in the side. You get me in the side, maybe you get just a little side. I want at least $1,000, if not $10,000. I want to. I want to be able to buy
I should raise my prices.
the
more.
arms I
I
paid
think
for
we
my
need
car.
to up the ante a little here. Like, I want a vacation home.
How about this? You pay off one of my credit cards. Just one. Just one.
You don't even need to
And-
see the cash.
Shoot me wherever.
I would take a bullet hole for something like that, for sure. Depending on the medical bills and everything off that.
Medical. You act like I have insurance.
Oh, believe me.
You presume.
Georgia, I don't pay medical bills.
No one does.
Yeah,
no
man.
one does. UPMC has
Yeah,
people
man.
looking for me.
That's the whole way. You think I need insurance, or just don't pay. Whatever. That's the sound of no insurance, Danny. What else do we have on the news
We
before
really spiraled
yeah.
on that. Let's
I
bring
feel
it
like
back.
we
Let's
both.
continue to
I feel
spiral,
like Georgia and
actually.
I both said very low numbers for willing to be shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
for
I
sure.
want a vacation home.
That's one of those things. Like, how much would you do this for? Like, half the people are like, I wouldn't do it for $10 million, $1,000, or like $10,000. I'll do it for $600 cash right now.
On the table.
Bird in the hand, Danny. Go on.
Okay. Speaking
He
of
screamed.
animals, I need to find a hobby. All
Eric
right.
Nesby says I'm right.
I'm sure he does. Bear dubbed Hank the Tank.
Oh,
is
yes.
linked to 21 home invasions in Lake Tahoe has been captured. 400-pound bear. But wait, they thought Hank the Tank was one bear. It was 3 bears.
Oh, no.
So it was 3 separate bears doing the break-ins.
That's disappointing. I thought Hank the Tank was just like a juggernaut of bears.
It is not. But Hank the Tank's been raining havoc since early 2022.
Nice.
Georgia, are you familiar with Hank the Tank?
I am not. I am just now learning about this. This is how I felt when I saw, who is it? Chris Rock has a special that freaking kills. It's like one of his absolute best. And then you find out that it was him, Louis C.K., and Wanda Sykes that did it. Like, that's how I feel about this bear. I thought you did it on your own. But you
Oh.
Hank the
That's
Tank.
a good analogy. That's
That
a
was
great
really
analogy,
good. That
man.
was very good.
right.
That's a great Hank the Tank analogy.
there's
the whole
strength
time
in
you thought it
numbers.
was Chris
There
Rock.
is. You are right. There are Hanks.
Yeah, there are Hanks.
There's another bear beating off into a bush.
Yeah.
So wait, it did how much damage? Does it say how much damage? Or is it-
So I tried to research it, and honestly, I gave it 2 minutes, and then I gave up.
Yeah,
But I think the main thing was like this bear was just trying to forage for food, so it was a lot of like probably light property damage, stealing
Right.
a lot of food from the homes.
Right.
So nothing too aggressive. Like no one was injured.
I'm on that side of TikTok where people are like bears creeping around.
He's
I watched
like-
so many videos of that the other day. I watched somebody get like mauled by a
What?
bobcat. Yeah, there's weird parts of the internet. Don't go there.
People are too
Target
cool,
holes.
Yeah.
with like certain wild animals. Like
Yeah.
a bobcat, like it might seem cool in a picture. A bobcat will fuck you up, man.
So quickly. Yes. Yeah.
They follow you.
In 8
They
seconds
stalk
or
you,
less,
man.
A TikTok's amount of time.
Yeah.
And then you are done. Like,
Over.
The time you're looking at your bronzer, Danny, a fucking bobcat could be at your jugular, man.
That's true. Honestly, though, if I found a kitten, I may try to raise it as my own. It's debatable. If it was a full size one, maybe no.
Yeah, you can't
Right.
teach an old dog new tricks, man. But if you get like a baby lynx,
With enough persistence, you can.
yeah, exactly. You need persistence. I'm glad you
Thank
brought
you.
that point.
that
up, man.
was the exact stereotype of all white women. To be like, I can raise this. I can make it into this wonder.
I'll even try to breastfeed. I'll see
Right.
what happens, you know?
We all saw Tiger King.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out well.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
You're gonna run for president.
I don't even
someday.
know why you would.
Absolutely. Free Starbies for everyone.
I was gonna say, man, you seem very. What's the one guy? He's not the Tiger King. He's not the lady. There's the other one.
Oh yeah.
The guy
I
with
feel
the
like you're.
ponytail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very much in that guy's camp. Yeah, you see very much
sure.
that guy with the kid that has the tigers and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll figure him out. Doc Antel or something like that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
Doc
right.
something.
Yeah,
That sounds
it is
right.
Doc something.
Is
yeah.
it Doc Antel, man?
It's been so long since I watched that.
I know, I kinda wanna
It's
watch
been
it
so
again.
long for me
Forever.
too. I will be so pleased.
Although I blacked that part out of my life.
Yeah. Bears are terrifying though. Like they
Yeah.
have them in West Virginia and they hang around like where my dad lives and the state police just dropped off rubber bullets for him to shoot at them
Just
so that they
casually?
go away. And then he always makes fun of me because I never want to get out of my car there. I'm
Yeah.
like, can somebody come walk me to the house? Because I don't want to get attacked by a bear. And they're like, they're fine. Like, we don't leave the trash out. It's all good. And I'm like, the lady was mauled. Like,
She lost
so
her
close
life.
to your property.
Rubber
But
bullets.
yeah, let me just sneak in here with my neon white skin in the middle of the night and hope nothing spots me. So yeah, no, I don't fuck with bears.
Yeah, you should have, man.
No.
Bears, the whole teddy bear thing has thrown bears off on the whole thing, man. Although maybe bears were behind the whole teddy bear movement, man.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's a conspiracy.
It makes
we
sense.
found it.
It's
Honestly.
like the
Birds
people.
aren't real, and bears are behind teddy bears. That's it.
Exactly, man. It's the people that peddle the fucking poison and the antidote, man. That's the big bear thing.
Yeah, it's the bears behind
The bears try to
bears.
seem friendly, and then when you take them friendly, they murder you, man.
They want you to
That's
focus
Doc
on an
Antel there.
elephant and a donkey, but it's all about the bears. The bears are the hidden one.
They're scary. I've never
Yes,
encountered
this
one.
guy.
Okay, but also, are you saying that I'd fit in with this man?
Yeah. You know? I looked up
Thinking.
Doc Antel, which was what I was thinking of from that, but apparently his real name is Bhagavan Antel, which for sure is not his real name, right? His name's Seth or something. And then he was like, you know what? I'm Hindu today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think he
We'll
went
look it
on
up,
a
man.
YouTube spiral?
There's no way that's his natural name, man.
Yeah, they've got to have his OG name.
Does it say?
Early
I can't read
life.
that far.
I feel like early life.
How many children
would
does this
have
man
it.
have? Scroll down. I just want to know.
I can't see.
Four.
Does it have
A
his
check.
4 children.
That checks out.
4
Married.
known children.
4 known.
I feel like that should always be an asterisk on people's
No.
Wikipedia
Yeah.
pages. Like that we know of.
Okay. Danny, now that we know which family of bear tigers you would be part of, we can continue on. Georgia, what else do you have to talk about? Anything? I feel like we've talked about tigers, and I was like, I feel like George's right here, and we haven't talked about anything other than
We talked about the
tigers.
roast. That's
Oh,
About
yeah,
the
I guess we
roast.
did,
We
man.
talked
Yeah.
about her staying away from large bears in West Virginia.
Yes, which is
Yes.
I'm very adamant about.
I've learned a lot about Georgia
I feel
today.
like you can get into some trouble. You just search bears from West Virginia, man. You got to really be specific, man.
End up on Grinder. No, yeah, no. I mean,
you're gonna end up
comedy,
at a truck stop under a stall, man. Who knows?
Comedy is my main goal. but
I love your face right there, man.
Yeah, comedy.
Hypothetically.
Oh my God, comedy is my main goal, but hating bears from West Virginia is really my passion. So
I think you should
we
start
hit
a
all the high
Facebook.
points. I think.
Yeah, perfect.
Do you have a Facebook group that I can join?
I will start one right now. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if I have.
If you make
any
T-shirts, I
fun
will buy
things.
one.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything while I was talking about Doc Antel and bears and lynxes sneaking up on you in the woods, man. Mountain.
No, I like the spiral
lines,
we
man.
went on here.
We
It
went
was
on a
good.
deep, unhinged spiral.
That is what I bring to every podcast. It's just an unhinged touch of chaos.
I loved
And-
it.
Well, that's what we
Yeah.
have. That's why we have the news, so we can talk about one thing and then quickly spiral out to something
Yeah.
else, man.
Out of control.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man. We went from crack to, tigers, man.
IKEA. We've hit many bases here this evening.
Yeah, the full run.
Literally.
Swedish meatballs.
Is there anything else about your life you'd like to share with us? Any true passions?
True passions. My passions. Oh God. You know, they say that you should have like something aside from comedy that's like your thing. Like I think like Joe Rogan has like taekwondo or whatever it is that he does some kind of fighting martial arts thing. I don't have that. I have comedy and more comedy and like knowing about comedians. Like that's all I ever wanted.
Are
out
you
of
like a
comedy?
comedy nerd? Are you
Yeah.
somebody that just watches stuff?
Yeah, I'm a very big comedy nerd. And honestly, I always said I wanted to be like Tig Notaro level career where like comedians know about her, like she's not like a regular household name, at least now, but all the comics want to hang out with her. And that's all I wanted was to be friends with all the famous comedians.
I
like,
love it.
That was the goal. So yeah, someday.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Well, I like I said earlier, I don't have people on here that I don't think are funny, and I'm thrilled that you came on. I think you're extremely funny. So anybody listening, definitely check out Georgia. check out the roast battles. Check them out on Fridays in McKee's Rocks. Check them out. I guess there's once a month. Do they have like an Instagram page or anything you can follow for the roast specifically?
They don't have an Instagram page set up. I do live with Chuck Lewis now, so
Oh my god.
so maybe I live with Chuck Lewis and Mark Shimkitz.
Yeah.
So I'm now
You guys
living.
just all share the same clothes.
yeah, that's pretty much. They have been on this kick, both of them, of like debating who is like the most like truly the most feminine in the apartment, and it's never me. Like, that's the only thing we've confirmed. There's like a back and forth between them, and then it's just
You for sure have the shortest hair, right?
probably
At least compared to Mark.
Actually, yeah, probably compared to Chuck too. Like, yeah.
Chuck
'Cause
gets thrown off proportionally, man.
If I don't see a photo of the three of you doing like a face mask, I will feel robbed.
Oh, absolutely. I've got it ready. Like,
Okay.
they don't even know yet.
Okay.
But I just put tampons under the sinks for the first time. So we're easing them in
Right,
to like,
right. Baby
I am
steps.
technically a woman here.
Right.
But
Honestly, and I mean this is a compliment to both Chuck and Mark. There's worse people you could move in with.
Oh no, they're
Yeah.
literally great. Like they
Yeah.
are seriously the best. Like my cat loves them already. Like, I was carrying my cat in. I was like, "You're gonna meet some giants today." It's cool. No, they're both like so tall and everything, and like
I
they're the
feel like
first-
Mark always keeps Chuck around so he seems normal.
Fair enough. And honestly, like it's cool because they have like a huge whiteboard in the place,
Yeah.
so we just like riff comedy things
Yeah.
all the
Oh my God,
time.
I
Like
love
it's
that.
really
That's
cool.
cool. That's
It's-
cool.
It's really dope. Yeah, and we do poker games there sometimes with our friends. So we actually got a legit poker table. So it's now we call it the casino.
Do you have the good poker chips and everything?
Yeah, Shimkits has those. Yeah, it's pretty great actually.
That's the way I felt when I bought real kickball bases. Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
that's
a
it.
pitcher's mound to roll the ball from, man. I felt legit for one day and then lost some of them. But
Yeah, that's
that
kind of
one day?
the chips
Yeah,
are
one day.
slowly dwindling, and I don't even. I'm assuming it's my cat. That's she's having a great time. No, she has started jumping in the middle of poker games, and we just deal around her, and it's pretty great. Yeah, I'm
Love it.
really happy for her.
yeah.
But they're really genuinely cool people, and yeah, it's the first time I've lived with two straight dudes. I've always lived with women or gay dudes,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
weird.
they'll surprise you one of these days.
Yeah, no, I fit in with them. It's wild. It really is. There's no real awkward moments.
It's super weird because we had Mark Shimkits coming back from the break, right? I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we did.
I heard that, and I was like, oh look, it's Mark.
Yeah. What do we?
Like
This
roommate.
is Mark Shimkits, and you're listening to the Poor Man's Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. We had Mark and we had Chuck on here, man. They're both awesome. Chuck was one of my favorite episodes, man. He was talking about something about a black leather couch.
Dude, Chuck
Oh,
is a monster at comedy. It is insane.
You
Like,
could have just said monster.
yeah, that too. That too. No, he's such a lovable monster.
He is.
If he were a bear, he would be one of those bears that like people like just throw food to in like a nice little cage.
He'd be
It's
Hank
friendly.
the Tank.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what the funniest story is? When I was alluding to earlier about
Yes.
blacking out and Bender at Millville Music Festival and seeing Gene the Werewolf, and then being lost, thinking the fucking car was stolen, and then calling the police, and realizing halfway in sitting in the car that your car wasn't stolen, you were just dumb. I saw Chuck Lewis, and that's why I was there, was to hang out with fucking Chuck.
Your
before
North
Gene
Star.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't
He
even
is a
remember the
North
point.
Star.
There's a point,
He's
man.
so tall. It
Yes.
is wild. It really
He
is.
is a very large man.
It's so funny too because he's such. I don't know if he's okay with me sharing this, but I'm doing it anyway. He's such a neat person. Like genuinely, like his space is clean. So like I'll wake up at like noon. And I'll walk out, and Chuck has just cleaned the whole place and is like neatly sitting, writing jokes. And I'm like, I did not expect this from you based on any of your stage material at all. But he's so put together. I appreciate it so much. And he's like a big teddy bear.
Like
yeah.
jazz plays in the background.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, tell no one.
Yeah, some smooth jazz.
I'm
a lit
thinking
candle,
about pizza right now, please.
Like some calming meditation. But yeah.
I
of
definitely
lavender.
I recommend both of them. I love Mark. I love Chuck.
Oh yeah, and
They're both
Shim Kits
super-
is great as well.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They really are.
He's about to go back on tour. Yeah.
Is he going with Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take him over there tomorrow. So, yeah.
You drop him off on like his first day, man.
Yeah, dropping off little Bubby. It's so funny too. They're both younger than me, and that blows my mind because like everybody who started stand up before me feels like they're older. So like Shim Kits feels like a big brother, and then Chuck is just Chuck. So like
It's just Chuck. Yeah.
you think of that, but I'm like, I guess these are my little bros. But yeah.
I can't recommend both of them enough. Go back and listen
they're
to those.
great. Really.
Yeah, for sure. Chuck did the show with us. The one that I did with you, Danny. Bummer
The
Slam.
podcast we do together.
No, I'm saying the live show, the stand up thing.
yeah.
My first live stand up show I did with Chuck. So
Nice.
yeah, it's awesome. But Georgia, tell everybody one more time where they can find you.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram at Georgia Warder or connect with me on Facebook, Georgia Warder. You can try to find a YouTube video. You probably won't, but they might pop up occasionally when I forget to make them on private. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Check that out. Danny, anything you'd
Christopher?
like to end on? It's been
Nope.
fantastic to have you back on here.
I was happy to be back. This has been very fun.
Yeah, it's always very fun. Check out all the Rhythm and Brews
Yes.
stuff. Go back and check that out. Like I said, I'll tag that. I'll tag Georgia and all that stuff. Danny, Rhythm and Brews on Saturday. I'm
Rhythm
pumped,
and
man.
Brews. I'm ready.
I'm pumped.
It'll be
Hopefully we
fun.
can see all you guys listening down there. We'll be by the pizza place up here.
Yep, come
and
hang out.
Brew Gentleman, which is one of the more solid
So
breweries.
good.
I'm excited for that. So definitely stop down for that. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or not Twitter, whatever. X. Is that what it is? Don't follow us. I have one post ever. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. That's the ones I actually use.
The big
Follow us on
ones.
Instagram because that's the demographic I am. Where else? Anything else, Danny?
I think that's it.
Let's wrap this up so I can drink.
We're
more.
doing great.
Let's see.
It's a vibe.
I agree, Danny.
Sure is.
But definitely check out Jeremy Bellevue, Rhythm and Brews. Check out Georgia. Check out Chuck and Mark. Never mind. I'll ask that after. Check out Danny. Check out Poor Man's Podcast. All that good stuff. That's it. For Georgia, for Danny, for Jeremy, I'm
Great
Chris.
finish.
Thank you so much for listening. So smooth.
To say is,
Bye.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.
In my opinion, that sucked.
Poor Man's Podcast, best podcast in Pittsburgh.
Straight cash, homie.